What is going on, YouTube fam? It's your boy YUNGFABIANN tapping back in with another vid. You know what I'm saying? Hey, today we got this LeBron super fan. I haven't even called myself a LeBron super fan yet. So this feels like a whole nother level, man. This piece of the plug, you know what I'm saying? Check him out, man. Let's go. But we're going to be reacting to his reaction on the Jordan versus LeBron GOAT comparison, man. I remember when I was in these shoes on my Michael Jordan journey. We're still technically on our Michael Jordan journey, learning a lot of, different stats that really show what make Michael Jordan so great on the channel. So if y'all are into that content, definitely suggest y'all hit that subscribe button. But let's see how good his reaction is.
It's really hitting my line. I like that, though. I ain't gonna say too much. I like that. In that video, I was saying a whole bunch of LeBron. I like LeBron this. I'm gonna be fair in this video. If this video really comes down and breaks it down saying Jordan is the best, I can't argue it. But I'm gonna get my talking points, and I really want y'all to listen in this video. Let's get right into this reaction. Let's go. Alright, man. I ain't gonna pause too much because this is a longer video. But you know what I'm saying? When you're good at, all right, let's just go back a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Read up. When you're good at something, you'll tell everyone. When you're great at something, I get it. I get it. They'll tell you. I get it. Okay. Now, I said I ain't gonna pause too much, so I'm gonna make this a very useful pause. This video came out 2 years ago. I'm a LeBron super fan, so y'all know where I stand at. The video might be a little biased towards Michael Jordan, so I'm going to point out all the things I think that are biased, but I'm going to acknowledge the things that are standing true. I will not. If y'all let me know down below at the end of this video if y'all think I was being biased or not. But I'm going to try to be true to the sport of basketball, you know what I'm saying? Let's get it. I ain't going to pause no more. That's facts.
Oh, yeah.
Unless I'm picking something out, you know what I'm saying? That's Bron. Jordan got 4, or Bron got 4, Jordan got 6. I can acknowledge that. I can, that's nasty. That's nice, Jordan. That's nice, Jordan. That's, yeah. That's dirty. That's dirty. Oh my, Jordan's soaring.
What?
One thing we can't admit, though, they're both great. Great in their own ways. They changed the game of basketball. They expanded the game of basketball, made it way more richer, way more popular.
Gosh, dang.
Jordan really the black Mamba, or the black Jesus, as they really call him. Man, like really changed the game. I have to acknowledge that. I'm
excited for this, man. Let's go.
In the last video, y'all was really trying to act like I didn't like Jordan.
Jordan versus LeBron. LeBron versus Jordan. It's a debate that has captured the public's attention for the last several years.
Facts.
Especially after this moment in 2016, when LeBron James beat the Golden State Warriors to win the third championship of his career.
Oh, man.
Let's talk about it.
In LeBron's own words,
that one right there made me the greatest player of all time. That's what I felt. I was like, that one right there made you the greatest player of all time.
But did it? Is everything since that moment simply icing on LeBron's cake? Or is LeBron destined to finish his career in Michael Jordan's shadow? We've all heard the arguments from LeBron supporters.
He's bigger, he's stronger, he's faster, he's more durable.
And from Jordan supporters.
Michael Jordan was merely 6-0 with 6 MVPs in the finals.
But the GOAT debate isn't as simple as the pundits make it seem. There are a number of factors relevant in determining the greatest basketball player of all time.
Let's get into it.
I would say there are 5 things that really matter when determining the GOAT of any sport.
These
criteria are, in no particular order, accomplishments, longevity, winning, statistics, and what we'll refer to in this video as the eye test.
The eye test. We have to remember the 5 GOAT criterias according to whoever made this video. Let's get into it. I don't want to speak before we watch. Let's get into it though. My bad. Let's get into it.
And to be the GOAT, you don't need to be the best in any specific category, but you need to be pretty good across the board.
Okay.
So simply winning 7 championships, like Robert Horry did, isn't enough to get you into the conversation.
Nope.
When we're finished with this video, it'll be plainly
like the best role player we've ever had in the NBA, though. I reacted to a video on that on my channel, man. That was a good Robert Horry's a good player, man. I liked watching that.
It's obvious that one guy comes out on top. But before we get started, I want to clarify that this is not a comparison of legacies. It's about who was the better basketball player.
Okay.
If we were talking about legacies, Jordan's is nearly untouchable.
I said that in my last video. Jordan has the greatest career ever. You cannot beat that. We're talking basketball players. Let's get it.
Not
guy
only
was
did
a
he lead basketball
LeBron
to global
fan.
popularity, he helped transform Nike into an empire.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Changed the way
if we're
players
talking
played
overall with the
and how they
defense
dressed.
Facts.
And he
grew the
even made
sport,
it
then
cool
yeah.
for
He's a
guys to
goat.
be bald.
Like, bro, he's
And while
different.
those things
Oh
certainly
my
contribute to MJ's iconic
Goat.
status, they
He's
don't make
still
him a better
alive,
player
living
on the
legend.
court. So let's evaluate the criteria that matter. And we'll start with individual accomplishments.
Bron's so
Take a look.
smooth, though.
Jordan had more regular season MVPs, twice as many finals MVPs, 9 more scoring titles.
Okay. Well, Bron has 4 now, but Jordan still has 6. It's a little outdated in this video. It's a little outdated. But okay.
Several more selections to the
Okay.
NBA's all-defensive team, including once being named Defensive Player of the Year. LeBron has more All-Star appearances, but that's largely due to his having played more seasons.
Yeah, and he's
In fact,
popular,
when
so-
taking into account retirements and major injuries, Jordan essentially played 13 seasons compared to 17 seasons for LeBron, making Jordan's significant lead in accomplishments all the more impressive.
Okay.
And that's to say nothing of MJ's brilliant college
Yeah,
career.
that's always like one of the biggest things that MJ fans like to say. Like the fact that his career was shorter and he accomplished more, apparently, you know what I'm saying? Like that makes
Which saw him twice named All-American and once awarded College Player of the Year, at a time when the country's best players actually went to college. So regardless of whether you're a LeBron fan or MJ fan, you have to give the accomplishments checkmark to Jordan.
Okay, we're talking accomplishments. Okay. We're talking MVPs, championships. We're talking defensive player. You feel me? We're talking that. Okay. I can
The second
acknowledge that.
criteria in our
Okay.
GOAT analysis is longevity. And this one is also a no-brainer,
I know
but
who's
this
gonna
time
win
in
this
favor of
one, man.
LeBron.
Okay.
Not only has LeBron played more seasons in the league,
Yeah, the
but
man's
he's
in
had
his
a
20th
longer
now.
peak than Jordan. Jordan's peak lasted about 10 years, whereas LeBron's peak has lasted 16 years and is still
LeBron's on like 23, if I'm not mistaken.
going.
And he's
Been
20
incredibly
now.
durable during that time, missing significant time to injury only in 2019. That said, the claim that LeBron has been much more durable than Michael has been a bit overblown. Consider that Jordan played in at least 80 regular season games 11 times in his career, including all 82 games an incredible 9 times. Compare that to LeBron, who played in at least 80 regular season games just twice, and in all 82 games just once.
Dang.
So both LeBron and Jordan get high marks for their durability. But durability aside, the bottom line is that LeBron has sustained a level of excellence for a much longer period of time than Jordan,
Oh my
which
God.
puts the longevity checkmark squarely in LeBron's corner.
Okay.
That brings us to the third GOAT criteria, winning.
So we 1-1 right now.
As we all know, Jordan was
Winning. Okay.
champion.
I don't necessarily feel like winning means skill. You know what I'm saying? But we'll get into that in a little bit.
LeBron has won 3. Jordan is
4.
6-0 in the NBA Finals. LeBron is 3-6. Yes, LeBron has made the finals 9 times compared to only 6 times for Jordan. But let's not pretend that making the finals is the same thing, or even close to the same thing, as winning a title. Take
It's
a prime
definitely
example.
not. But come on now, we're talking about winning. If we're talking about winning, LeBron James is a winner. You have to win the whole Eastern Conference to make it to the finals. You know what I'm saying? You have to win so many games to make it to the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So people are, LeBron's a winner. If we're talking about winning, how many times did Jordan get past that first round, that second round, that third? You know what I'm saying? Come on now. Come on now. LeBron has, let's get this off the screen. LeBron has so many Eastern Conference championship. I ain't trying to be on LeBron, you know what I'm saying? But come on now. If we're talking about winning, LeBron's a winner. LeBron's a winner.
The Buffalo Bills. They're the only
Hey,
team in
I'm gonna
NFL
be
history
honest,
to appear
I
in
know
4
y'all-
consecutive
I agree
Super
with him,
Bowls.
yo.
But is there a single
But
player
Jordan's a
or
winner. I
fan of
can't
that team
lie,
that
like-
wouldn't trade all 4 of those
Jordan's, of
appearances
course,
for just
winner.
one
You can
Super
never
Bowl
deny
win?
Jordan. You
Okay.
can't.
Frankly,
Watching all these videos, I've learned as a LeBron fan, don't deny Jordan. Because Jordan, bro, he'll do it all too, yo.
Hey, wait, say that
4
again. Say that one more.
consecutive Super Bowls. But is there a single player or fan of that team that wouldn't trade all 4 of those appearances for just one Super Bowl win? Frankly, talk to any fan whose team lost the season's final game and ask them how they felt afterward. Almost universally, their feelings are of sadness, anger, and disappointment. And that's just the
I'm a
fan.
Broad fan. You know, I could be honest. I could be honest with y'all. I'm a Broad fan, and I seen him lose time after time again, and I was sad, sick, honestly. But the teams this man was going up against, like, what can I say?
Bro, the
Kevin
teams are
Durant,
outrageous.
Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, Andrew Iguodala, Draymond, like, come on, bro. Tim Duncan, Kawhi Leonard, Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker. Only one you could really give LeBron for losing is that mug, that 2011. Like, be honest with yourself. Be honest with
For
yourself.
players, those feelings are only magnified. Listen to Charles Barkley talk
What
about
do y'all
losing
think
in the
about
NBA.
that, chat? Let me know down below. What's bro doing? You good, yo? Come back. Yo, come back. Damn. Yo, fam, they want to keep watching Michael Jordan, yo. We back to it? I bet.
NBA Finals.
And I was just in shock when it was over because I had to. I was frustrated because I couldn't wheel my team past Michael and the Bulls. And it, first of all, I don't think I've ever gotten over it, number one. But that was traumatic. And it's
All right,
painful.
Charles Barkley. We're talking about Charles Barkley. The LeBron has got their time, like I said, time after time after time. LeBron went to like 8 straight finals. Like, come on now. I know he didn't win as many times as he wanted to, but the man still won. Like, come on, bro. He's still a winner, bro. Come on.
And
I think
finishing
what he's
one
trying to say is that LeBron's had more finals appearances, you know what I'm saying, than Michael Jordan. And, like, I mean, I kind of agree with that point of, like, Michael Jordan, you know what I'm saying, got spanked in the first round, didn't even make it to the finals. When he did, he won all of them. That's an amazing and it's a clean and beautiful record. But I definitely feel like there should be a little more rewarding if you at least make it all the way to the top 2 versus the top 8, you know what I'm saying? So,
In the words of Herm Edwards,
you play to win the game.
exactly.
That is true. That's true.
Hello?
That's
You
true.
play to win the game.
That's true.
now back to Jordan and LeBron.
That's true.
As mentioned, on basketball's biggest stage,
LeBron is
the
4 out
NBA
of
Finals,
20 right now
Jordan
for
was
talking
6-0. LeBron was 3-6. And frankly, that doesn't even show how
Now he's
lopsided their
4-10,
records really are. In terms of individual finals games,
4-6,
Jordan was 24-11.
4-6 losses.
LeBron is
If I'm not
18-31.
Oh
And that's
my
because in 4
God.
of his 6 finals losses, LeBron's team hasn't even been competitive.
But you have to, like, the teams, this man is, you gotta take into account every small little detail. I could start a whole NBA channel and really, I ain't gonna talk about it. But you gotta break down every small little detail. The reason LeBron is losing is mainly because of the fact that his teams aren't as good as him. Not even as him, but as good as the others. You know what
4
I'm
of
saying?
his 6 finals losses, LeBron's team hasn't even been competitive.
I mean, I
can't
feel like LeBron had
And
pretty
2 other
solid
times he
team,
lost
but
4
I
games to
definitely
1.
feel like some
That
of the
includes being on the
competition he
wrong
went
side of the
against
2
is
most lopsided
definitely, like,
finals
some of
by
the
margin of
best.
loss in NBA history.
Oh, wow.
Of course, LeBron fans will tell you that the only reason for LeBron's poor finals record is that his competition was so tough.
That's facts.
Ironically,
That's facts.
some of these same fans criticized Jordan for losing early in his career to a Celtics team.
Okay. Okay. But I will not disagree. You couldn't get past them. But you was going against them. Okay, I can admit. Nah, Jordan was going against all-time Larry Bird. You feel me? Isaiah Thomas, Joe Dumars. So that's why he wasn't getting past it. And that's facts.
Competition back in the
Okay, that's a good argument. That's a good argument. I could. Okay.
Stacked with 5 Hall of Famers. And they conveniently gloss over the fact that LeBron reached the finals so many times in part because the competition in his own conference was so weak. During the vast majority of his career, LeBron played in what many dubbed the Leastern Conference because the East was so much weaker than the West. On the other hand, during Jordan's playing days, the East was generally considered the stronger conference, as Jordan had to battle through hard-fought rivalries against the Bad Boy Pistons, Patrick Ewing's Knicks, the Shaq Penny-led Magic, and Reggie Miller's Pacers. That said, if you want to blame LeBron's failure in the finals on the level of his competition, I won't argue with you.
Why are they doing this to my
also
man,
not blow it out of proportion. If you look at the average number of wins of their finals opponents, you'll see that LeBron's finals opponents averaged 60.8 wins per season, whereas Jordan's finals opponents averaged 61.2 wins per season. So as it turns out, both players face stiff competition in the finals. But a big reason we don't hold the 93 Suns, the 96 Sonics, or the 98 Jazz in the same regard as some of LeBron's finals opponents is because, unlike LeBron's adversaries, Jordan's opponents never actually won the Larry O'Brien Trophy. Which goes to my original point, that the difference between winning the title and finishing runner-up is huge. And the reason those teams never won the title? This guy.
Okay. That's facts.
Look,
I can't disagree.
I'm not trying to say that Jordan's opponents were as good as the Warriors
took up literally half of the decade, yo.
Teams that LeBron faced 4 times in the finals. The truth is that Jordan never played a juggernaut quite like that. But there's a pretty good reason for that. Jordan's Bulls were the juggernaut. They were the team winning 70-plus games. They were the team with the target on their back every year. And as the Warriors showed us, that's not an easy place to be. As
the Warriors showed us, it's easier to win when you are the juggernaut. Come on now, I ain't trying to, man.
They were never able to string together 3 consecutive championships. Jordan's Bulls did it twice.
Nice. That's crazy.
So what's the greater achievement? Beating the juggernaut or being the juggernaut? To be more specific,
LeBron is the juggernaut, and he beat the juggernaut. You know what I'm saying? And they had to build another juggernaut on top of that to beat him, which is he's the one-man juggernaut. Like, that's why LeBron is the best, because he's the one-man juggernaut. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, come on now.
One time out of the 4 times he faced them? Or being the juggernaut year after year after year?
You're not the juggernaut by yourself, though.
Year after year.
You're not the juggernaut by yourself,
There's no doubt that LeBron's victory over the 73-win Warriors was the highlight of his career.
I definitely feel like that Warriors team at the time was the dominant team. And then LeBron beating them just came out so on top and definitely gave him a lot more points, you know what I'm saying, into the whole overall debate, you know what I'm saying?
Career. But it's not the first time that an underdog has won the championship. And there actually have been much bigger underdogs who ended up winning the title.
That's facts.
But how many times have we seen a player lead his team to 6 championships in 8 years?
Never.
If that one finals went the other way, I promise you, a 5-5 record would be talked about differently than 6-0.
In Jordan's Bulls, only Bill Russell's Celtics ever accomplished that feat in the NBA.
Because it's only one win versus 5 other appearances that you lost. It's like you made it to the finals so many more times. You know what I'm saying?
When they incredibly won 11 championships in 13 seasons.
LeBron even gets
However, back then, there was an average of less than 10 teams in the league and only a couple rounds of playoffs.
That's why you
so it was
can't count Will
considerably
Chamberlain.
easier to win a title.
I'll count
player,
Kareem, though.
not even
He's a
Bill
demon,
Russell,
too.
ever had a run of winning 25 of 26 playoff series, as Michael Jordan did. And Michael's pattern of winning goes beyond the NBA. Let's not forget that Jordan has never won anything but gold in the Olympics. And he also earned an NCAA championship, in which he hit the first of 2 iconic championship-winning shots in his career.
Jordan's a winner. He's
All
a winner.
that is to say, when it comes to winning, the checkmark clearly goes to Jordan. On to the fourth GOAT criteria, statistics. This one is a bit more complicated, I mean,
understand,
how do you
I
statistically
understand, you know what I'm
evaluate
saying?
two players who played
Oh
in different
my
eras
gosh,
under different rules
what?
at different
Oh, yeah,
positions?
no,
That's facts.
One way of
Casual
doing it is to simply look at the 8 traditional statistics of basketball.
Okay.
Points, assists, rebounds,
Rebounds,
steals,
blocks.
blocks, field goal percentage, free throw percentage, and turnovers. And we'll focus on per game stats rather than cumulative stats, since cumulative stats such as total career points and total career assists really speak to longevity, which is already its own category of the GOAT analysis. Per game
Okay.
stats, on the other hand, is more of
That
an
kind of sounds
Hey!
like a hey, we're gonna push this to the side. We're gonna make it this type of way so that it goes in Jordan's favor, not LeBron's. Because if we did it cumulatively, we know LeBron's sweeping Jordan out the water just because of the longevity. No, because LeBron's good, bro. Come on now.
total career points and total career assists really speak to longevity,
Bro, I
which
feel
is
that.
already
I
its own
feel
category
that.
of the GOAT analysis. Per game
Let me
stats,
know
on the other
something,
hand,
man.
is more of an
Face
apples to
mask,
apples
bro,
comparison.
Bro. What a threat.
So
of an
looking
era.
at the 8 traditional stats,
Alright.
we see that Jordan leads LeBron in 5 of them: points per game, steals per game, blocks per game, free throw percentage, and fewer turnovers. LeBron leads in the other 3: assists per game, rebounds per game, and field goal percentage.
All right.
But I feel like, okay, so points wise, yeah, MJ better. But I feel like if we're talking about just the top 3, I feel like I'd prefer a player that averages 27 points, 7.5 boards, and 7.5 assists and 7.5 boards, like 5 and 6 assists. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'd drop, like, I feel like over here, if we're talking just the top 3, that's a better stat line if I'm picking a player. Now steals wise, you know what I'm saying? It's not too far off. You know what I'm saying? So he got that blocks. It's like right about there too. You know what I'm saying? Field goal, he got it better with that. Free throw percentage, I mean, cool. And I mean, turnovers, I mean, yeah, it's not LeBron's favorite thing, I'm going to be honest either. So, in my opinion, y'all gonna call me biased, but like the top 3 here says LeBron's better.
But that's a pretty simplistic way of looking at statistics. What if we instead turn to analytics? Probably the most well-known analytic stat is player efficiency rating, or PER for short.
Oh my God.
This
Jordan.
metric was created by respected basketball analyst John Hollinger to give an overall rating to a player's performance based on traditional stats like the ones we just mentioned. Jordan has led the league in PER 7 times, LeBron 6 times. Jordan has finished top 3 in PER 10 times, LeBron 9 times. In fact, Jordan has the highest career PER in both the regular season and the playoffs.
And this is as of this video being posted. By now, I don't know. LeBron might have passed it. If LeBron hasn't, I mean, that's a rough day for the world.
Another popular analytics stat is win shares. Jordan has led the league in win shares 8 times.
So this why y'all wanted me to watch this video for real? Cause like, come on now. Like, I get it, but like, alright.
LeBron 5 times. Jordan has finished top 3 in win shares 11 times.
I'll give it to you,
LeBron
Jordan.
6 times. And when it comes to
you
win
gotta
shares
give
per
it to him
48
on
minutes,
this.
Whatever.
Jordan has
All
the
these
highest
stats,
career rating in
got
both
it.
the regular season and the playoffs.
I bet he
What about
does.
box plus minus? Until recently, LeBron was actually ahead of Jordan in career box plus minus. But after the 2017 season gave Russell Westbrook the greatest single-season box plus minus in history by a wide margin,
Hey.
Oh my, Russ.
the architect of box plus minus realized that the stat was fundamentally flawed. So he made some changes to improve its formula.
Oh,
As a
really?
result, Michael Jordan now has the highest career box plus minus in both the regular season and the playoffs.
Oh, really?
And lastly, what about value over replacement player, which on its face seems to favor LeBron James? Well, value over replacement player is a cumulative stat. As previously noted, cumulative stats speak more to longevity than they do game-to-game dominance.
Oh my.
Instead, according to value over replacement player, Jordan owns 6 of the 9 greatest.
Can we get anything like give me LeBron, me and my LeBron fans something?
individual
Please,
seasons
bro,
ever
please.
played. And on a per game basis, MJ's career rating and value over replacement player is the highest of all time in both the regular season and the playoffs.
I bet it is.
Are you noticing a theme here?
Yeah.
Not only does Jordan beat LeBron in every ratable analytics stat, he consistently ranks as the best ever across the board. Before we move on from analytics, I want to mention a lesser known stat.
He's just first on all of these? Value over replacement player / game box plus, bro, first on everything?
Board. Before we move on from analytics, I want to mention a lesser known stat.
That is crazy though, Jordan. I ain't gonna lie. That is kind of crazy, Jordan, my boy. Like, you're dirty.
Another brainchild of John Hollinger. Game score measures a player's performance in a single game, so it won't tell us who's had the better career, but it does provide insight into who's had the greatest games. Now, we only have game score stats since 1983, so you won't see any mentions of Wilt Chamberlain here. That said, of the 100 highest game scores ever recorded, incredibly 19 of them belong to Michael Jordan. In other words, nearly one out of every 5 of the best single game performances over the last 4 decades has been by MJ. That includes the highest game score of all time for Jordan's 69.18 rebound masterpiece. Comparatively, LeBron has had only 3 of the top 100 game scores. When discussing the GOAT, Nick Wright is fond of asking this question.
The aliens come down. You have one game to save humanity. Who's your first pick in the history of the world?
Well, Nick, I think we have our answer. Now that I've finished
Man,
numbers, let's be real.
I feel like we need a big man for this. You know, someone a little bit taller, a little bit heavier, but...
Hardly anyone watching this video knows how to calculate PER, win shares, box plus minus, value over replacement player, or game score.
No, I don't.
And why should you? This is basketball, not Goodwill Hunting.
Okay.
So let's go back to the traditional stats that we all know and understand. But this time, let's add context to them. What do I mean by context? Well, some positions are simply better than others at racking up certain stats. Let's take rebounding as an example. In a vacuum, if we simply compare the number of rebounds per game of Brook Lopez and Jason Kidd, we might think that Lopez was the better rebounder. The truth is, relative to their positions, Lopez is statistically one of the worst rebounding centers in NBA history, whereas Kidd is statistically one of the best rebounding guards in NBA history. But even a poor rebounding center can grab more rebounds than a great rebounding guard solely by virtue of their roles on the court. So it makes sense that, to understand the context of a player's stats, we should compare them to the respective positions that they played. When comparing LeBron James to the other small forwards who have played at least 500 NBA games, this is where he ranks. Overall, that's pretty impressive. Now let's see how Jordan compares to all shooting guards who have played at least 500 NBA games. As good as LeBron is compared to other small forwards, Jordan is on another level when compared to other shooting guards. He's darn near the top of every major
I've watched this video before, but that doesn't mean I remember everything. Dude, what? MJ sweeps this
statistical category. And there isn't a single category where LeBron is better than
guard
him.
and small forward aren't too different, though. I'm going to be honest. To, like, really say that, you know what I'm saying? Like, LeBron would sometimes run
MJ relative to his position, other than assists. So to sum up statistics, whether comparing traditional stats or analytics, and especially when judging these players in the context of the positions they played, Jordan has a noticeable edge over LeBron. As such, we have to give the check mark to Jordan. And that takes us to the last category in our GOAT analysis, the eye test.
Jordan's just too good,
and to be clear, by eye test,
I'm no dummy. No dummy. You know what I'm saying? I'm no dummy. I can count. 3, Jordan got 3 already. LeBron only has 1. I see where this is going.
Faster or jumps higher. None of that is relevant unless we're having a track and field competition.
Free throw dunk.
And frankly, if physical measurables mattered, then George Murasan would be in the GOAT conversation. No, what I mean by the eye test is, if you sat an average basketball fan in front of a TV to watch a player in action, what would he notice that the player is and is not great at?
The one thing I never seen Jordan
I
live.
happen to be an average basketball fan, and I've had the privilege of watching both LeBron and Jordan during their playing days.
But I don't necessarily have to see him live. Like, I can go back and watch gameplay and highlights and footage, and that's what we do on this channel, man. So if y'all haven't hit that subscribe button, hit that subscribe button, man. I just spilled my cup of water over it.
Like a lot of my fellow YouTubers, I haven't merely relied on highlight videos. Here's what my eyes told me when I saw Michael Jordan play, particularly during his playing days with the Chicago Bulls. He was the best offensive player in the game. He was arguably the best defensive player in the game. He had the best mid-range game. He was the best finisher at the rim.
Wow.
He had the best post-up game, which is incredible considering most players who dominated the post were big men. He was widely considered the most clutch player in the game. He was regarded by opponents as the fiercest competitor on the court. He was regarded by teammates as the hardest worker in practice. And when all was said and done, amongst the other stars of his generation, he was the greatest winner. Now, when you're playing against the elite of the elite athletes of the world, to be the best at any one of those things is pretty remarkable. But to be the best at all of them,
oh my God,
I tell you, it's impossible. But for the fact that we saw Michael Jordan do it. And when it comes to the GOAT debate, that's the biggest hurdle facing LeBron. He's basically being compared to a guy who was great at everything and practically had no weaknesses. Seriously, judging by the eye test, what's the worst thing we could say about Michael Jordan's game? Probably that he wasn't a very good three-point shooter. Jordan shot 33% from beyond the arc in an era when the average player also shot 33%. So when it came to three-point shooting, he wasn't good, he wasn't bad, he was just average.
I guess.
But remember that Michael played in an age when the three-point shot wasn't a big part of the game. During Jordan's years, teams averaged only 9.5 three-point attempts per game, and Michael himself attempted less than 2 threes per game. And if being an average three-point shooter is a weakness of Michael's game, well, then we also have to call it a weakness of LeBron's game. The difference is that LeBron plays in an era where the three-point shot is
top 10 three-point shooters of all time, bro. We're not saying that.
a huge part of the game.
Nah, that's
During
not
the years in
fine.
which LeBron played, teams attempted on average over 21 threes per game, and LeBron himself averaged 4.3 three-point attempts per game, or 2.5 times as many as Jordan. Despite the increased emphasis on threes, LeBron's career shooting percentage from beyond the arc is only a hair better than Jordan, at 34%.
LBJ.
And it's actually slightly below his peers, who averaged 35% from three during his era. But to reiterate, being an average three-point shooter was by far the worst part of MJ's game. For LeBron, it's not even close. LeBron, in fact, has 4 major weaknesses as a basketball player, each of which is readily apparent to anyone who has actually watched him play.
What is it?
First, he's not a good free throw shooter.
Facts.
For his career,
Not the
LeBron has shot around
greatest.
70.
What was it, 83 and 73%, bro? It's like a 10% difference, bro. It's not his greatest thing. It's definitely his weakness, but like, come on.
3.5% from the free throw line,
not
which is
that
pretty
bad.
poor for a player who handles the ball as much as he does.
That's facts.
In fact, many analysts point out that at the end of games, LeBron shies away from driving to the basket because he's afraid of being sent to the line. I don't know whether that's true, but what I do know is that the odds of LeBron hitting 2 consecutive free throws is statistically not much better than a coin flip.
Dude.
Jordan, on the other hand, shot a solid 83.5% from the free throw line during his career.
Yeah, I'm gonna show the clip
And
of man as
MJ
close as
never
eyes.
shied away from contact at the end of games.
Oh yeah?
LeBron's second weakness is that he's an
Oh, my.
inconsistent defender. Sure, he's had some years where he was elite defensively, which is evidenced by his numerous selections to the NBA's all-defensive team, but he's also had several years where he's practically been a liability on the defensive end. Compare that to MJ, who during his Bulls days was a consistently elite defender. In fact, Jordan is the only player to rank in the top 5 amongst all guards in both steals per game and blocks per game.
Dude, what? Oh my gosh, man. Well, first off, I really liked watching Pizzo's reaction. I thought this was really funny and a good reaction. As he's a LeBron fan, just kind of like me. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, I remember watching this video for the first time and how I felt learning about all these Michael Jordan stats. And stats that honestly I didn't even know you could really track, man. But besides the point, this was a really good video, man. I hope y'all like it. If y'all did, let me know down below in the comment section y'all's thoughts on today's vid. Hit that like button so I know, and subscribe so y'all don't miss the next one, man. I'm going to catch you on the next one, and have a good rest of your day. Yes, sir.